Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the New York Giants. With that, let's get up to MedLife Stadium in New Jersey. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MedLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Come on, set, 70, Indy. 54, watch 54. Stay with your man. And now.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. All right, let's get a peek at these starters here in the Golden Child. Golden Tate.
Love his versatility because you can use him anywhere in your offense. And he's an excellent kick returner. Loves to play the game. Plays with passion.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Get it.
On second down, here's Barkley. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. That'll bring up second down. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Cameron Jordan is now one of those versatile defensive linemen who can play all up and down the front. Whether he's playing tackle or end, he knows how to make plays.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Let's go.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ready.
Jones operating from the gun. And that will be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Now Riley Dixon on. He did his collegiate kicking upstate at Syracuse. Back deep, Deontay Harris. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
Drew Brees' accomplishments have been borderline astounding. When you look back at what people thought about him coming out of college, so-called height issue, you name it, he can do it, and boy, does he prepare well for each and every game.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. To throw, it's Brees. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Brees. Again has it complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Brees now on first down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Brees, a quick throw out to Thomas. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Now, Brees again. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And New York set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Check 47. I'm coming.
They go play action here on first down. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
On the set.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
You get blocked, man. You get blocked, man.
This is Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Jones. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Jones now to throw on third down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Next, receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On second down, Kamara. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Ready. Ready. Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And New York set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Eli Apple, a former first-round pick of these Giants in 2016, they're on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Barkley. 20. He won't go, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 47 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Leonard Williams was one of the top draft picks coming out of USC, and he's done nothing to diminish the comparisons people make of past greats.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Brees now to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Shotgun now for Brees. And Gibbs got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Check line 47. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Brees now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Here's Brees. And this is Cook with a grab. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Brees to throw again. That'll be complete to Cook. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, it's Brees. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Roses to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Now Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Breeze now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the ground, this is Kamara, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And New York set to take the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
2nd and 5. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Ready?
54, right there. 54, Mike. I got you, Pop.
Ready?
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. That one caught by Ellison. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On the double.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. So we got man.
Let go.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And out trots Jared Cook with the rest of his offensive mates. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defenses have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because when they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, you either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for them. Shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Breeze. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Mike, ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
55. Squeeze, double.
Wait, cut.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. His throw incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. This is caught by Ginn. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 46 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Barkley, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A quick throw. Here's Shepard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Open receiver, that's Caden Smith, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Jones now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Ready. 8, read. Check. Get it.
A first down carry for Barkley. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Set. 60 outlaw. That's it. Watch the screen. Let's go.
On 2nd down now. Barkley, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Aldrick Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the kick by Rosas is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Brees going to throw. He gets it to Thomas. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
When we watch Drew Brees practice, the thing that always strikes us is after every throw he makes, he continues to go through his progressions. You know, so he gets that muscle memory. Okay, in a game, if I don't have this throw I just made, I might have this one, I might have that one. It's amazing. One of the reasons he's come out so hot today, he's already seen it happen.
Brees now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Brees leaves this one with Kamara. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Kamara. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end, any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was, because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
To throw is Brees. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Pressure comes and the Giants block it. And they'll wind up taking over in their own territory inside the 35-yard line. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Throwing Jones, and his throw is incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play, and who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Ready?
Now Jones, back to the air on 2nd down. And an alley to run. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit And in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Throwing on 2nd down. Breeze. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Breeze. Again has it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Let's go, D. Pick that.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Ready. Yellow lady.
On deck, baby, on deck.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Saints on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that's caught by Smith. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 37.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Murray, running right, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Ready. 5-8. Watch the slant.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On fourth down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. This from 54 yards away. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Giants on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Shepard. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Jones now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Jones now off play action. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On first down, Barkley. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
On second down, Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jones operating from the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. Rosa's kick is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Brees now. That'll be complete to Cook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Ready? You ready? Check, 47. 65.
Brees now on 1st down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big pickup of 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Breeze, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So that drive, 4 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at Sterling Shepard as he and this offense get set to go again. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Now Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Looking for Shepard deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Breeze now on 1st down. And this is Cook with the grab. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Brees, one of the best ever in these situations as he's trying to get his guys set. The final shot before half for Brees. Complete. Smith has it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It's a gain of 35.
Let's go, fellas.
And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brees. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion, beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse. and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ready. 5-9.
Mike 29. Hey, watch the slant.
Again, it's Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ready. 95, 56.
55. Time is up right now.
Now Breeze on third down. And this one complete to Smith. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Now Breeze. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Lutz with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Well, they brought the lead into this third quarter, and now they're really stepping up, setting a tone here defensively.
They came right out roaring because you had to know that in the locker room, they talked about setting that tone that you just described, continuing the dominance that they exhibited in the first half.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Got it. 27, Mike. Mike, 27. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy?
Off play action. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So the opening drive of this third quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Here we go. 10-2 soft. We ain't giving up nothing today.
Now Jones from the gun on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. Kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze. Well, this is caught by Gibb. And they work this out past the 25. 22 yards there, a first down.
Ready. Number 80. I got him. Check.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Running
running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Kamara. And an alley to run. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. Come on now, come on now.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Ready? 5-9.
Check 55. Rip left, rip left.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Breeze going to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze, and brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Again, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And Lutz puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
field goal. Lutz to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, let's go.
Throwing, Jones. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Got a man, Slayton. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Saints 31.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Now it's Barkley, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Rip right. Right there.
2nd and 9 now. That's into the hands of the tight end, Ellison. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Riley Dixon now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is Harris. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Ready. Yellow lady.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
55.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Jones now, off the play fake. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. It's hauled in by Shepard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. Harris to return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Shotgun now for Brees. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5 up to the 25-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Brees now to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Ready, 95-56. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
On first down, Brees. He's got Smith here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back. Yellow weighty.
Double dog. That's the way.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. New York set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Ready? 8, read.
Check my 47. Watch the screen. Mike's 47.
Ready, go. Now.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
56. Let's go one more.
Get it.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
10-2, sir.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Let's go.
Now Jones. And Tate's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Jones to throw again. Catch made by Slayton. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And out trots Jared Cook with the rest of his offensive mates. And look at the numbers. They have gotten him more involved. I guess the question now, Charles, defensively, how do you make him less involved?
That's always the key question, isn't it? Sometimes other guys are starting to play really well and you shift your attention to them. You got to make sure you've got full focus on him because he's so good that if you don't, he finds a way to make plays. Always have two guys in his vicinity, usually trying to bump him off the line of scrimmage and get him out of his route.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now Breeze finding Kamara, and he is out of bounds right around the 34. 12 yards there, good for his Saints, first down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that's caught by Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Breeze. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, but it'll be second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Breeze to throw again. And this is Cook with a grab. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble absorbing that. That's big time right there, right? That means everything just about has gone right for them and his squad in this game. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Ready? You ready? Watching it go. Oh, you get
Running with Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Breeze. Finding Taysom Hill, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
On first, here's Washington. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at him. We've got him now.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after first down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on 2nd down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Dexter Lawrence in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The New Orleans defense, we get set to watch them go. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know guys on defense, they say the turnovers, the offensive guys call them turnovers. We call them takeaways. We go get them. And that's exactly what they've done in this game.
The former DB making sure you know their takeaways on the defensive
takeaways,
side.
Man.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
We own them. Ready?
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He completes it to Tate. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Looking to throw. Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Jones now operating from the gun. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's first and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing Jones. It's caught. Shepard. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8.
Hey, eat. Don't get nervous.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Here's Thomas Morstead now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. All right, so let's look at these numbers. I don't want to read the tea leaves here too much, but maybe he's in his own head a little bit after that hot start and the cool-off?
Sometimes that happens, and this is where you get tested as a player in this league if you truly want to be an impact player or a star, because that's what they're going to face each and every game. Extra coverage, extra people. So now, do you fight through it? Do you find other ways? Or do you allow it to affect you to the point where you're no longer an impact on the game?
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. First down now, but that clock rolling.
47's a must.
Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Now a desperation. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with time running out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Bress now to add the PAT. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Lady, yellow lady, yellow lady. Get that quarterback and
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it's going to be second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Breeze to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And this one incomplete. And all that remains is 13 seconds. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Here's Jones. Off play action. He sets to fire deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
Here's Riley Dixon now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. On the return, Harris. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, good for his Saints first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. What can Brees do now with his drive? Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing now is Brees. Again has it complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Let's go, D. Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Brees. This is complete to Michael Thomas. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Ready, yellow lady, yellow lady.
Rap, 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 rap.
Ready, sir. Ready, set.
Now Brees on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one, maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. This being their second opportunity in overtime, third overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing, so now he's got to go to the sideline, hope his defense picks him up, and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a similar throw, hopefully successfully the next time.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Yellow lady. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Breeze, a quick throw out to Thomas. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is Shepard on the catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You better bring it. You better bring it. Shoot!
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Ready? 90, Wolf.
They'll go to Barkley again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 43. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive.
Ready, break.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Saquon Barkley, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints 40-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or 54.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Snap.
Come get some.
Again, it's Barkley. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now Brees. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Brees. They complete it to Hill. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8. You must be dreaming.
No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brees. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Ready. 95, 56.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Now Brees. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run with Murray. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Yellow waiting, yellow waiting. Eat. Here we go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.